This is KCAL News Mornings.
Good morning, everyone. Today is Saturday, June 21st. Welcome to KCAL News at 7 on CBS, also streaming on CBS News Los Angeles. I'm Rachel Kim.
And I'm Kalina Estrino. So we want to start off with a check of your next weather with our meteorologist Alex Biston here in studio in the flesh on this first official, I know, I had to say it, first official day of summer. It's really exciting.
And it makes sense that you're saying that, Kalina, because now we have a new studio. So sometimes I'm not over here, sometimes I'm over there. And
we hear your little...
Yeah, I know.
Trying to run back and forth.
This is not AI.
No, not.
But we're really excited to show you the new AR/VR set that we do have. That's going to come up in the next forecast that I have for you. Let's get to the first forecast now. Temperatures this morning, 60s. We've got the low clouds, the fog with us, and sunshine as we head into this afternoon. But we are dealing with wind in a lot of communities, especially across the desert areas like the Antelope Valley this morning, up through the I-5 corridor. Live look from our Blue Ridge Mountain camera, and you can see the sunshine. Not all areas waking up to the sun. If you're at the coastline, well, you're definitely seeing the gray this morning. Wind gusts up through Big Bear, about 20 miles per hour through the desert. Areas like Victorville starting to see those winds pick up. Lancaster as well. We've got those strong northerly winds across the I-5 corridor. So if you're heading north up into Kern County today, just know you're going to be battling those stronger winds. Otherwise, temperatures today at or below average. So we're cooling things off pretty significantly. 70s, 80s, the story today. And we do have high fire danger for some spots. We're going to talk about it coming up in your extended forecast from the AR/VR set coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
Can't wait for it, Alex. Thank you. Vice President J.D. Vance touched off a firestorm of controversy with his visit to L.A.
His remarks brought backlash from the mayor and the governor. And KCAL News reporter Elise Martinez is live right now in Westwood at the site of Vance's visit yesterday. And Elise, there was some pretty strong emotion coming from both sides on this.
Good morning. Vice President J.D. Vance leaving L.A. last night. His visit only about 5 hours, but in that short time, he went on the attack.
But if you let violent rioters burn great American cities to the ground, then of course we're going to send federal law enforcement in to protect the people.
Vance in Los Angeles on Friday, touring the Federal Building Command Center, then meeting with leaders and Marines. His visit coming after weeks of protests over federal immigration raids.
The good news is the rioting has gotten a lot better. But the bad news is, as I heard from everybody, unfortunately, the soldiers and Marines are still very much a necessary part of what's going on here because they're worried that it's going to flare back up.
Vance casting blame on Governor Gavin Newsom and L.A. Mayor Karen Bass, saying they are endangering the lives of law enforcement officers by opposing immigration raids and encouraging violent protests. Bass firing back at a news conference.
How dare you say that city officials encourage violence? We kept the peace. You parachute in the city, you pass all kinds of judgment, and then you leave. And you add to the provocation, you add to the division, or you attempt to create division in our city.
Newsom and Bass have both maintained that protests in the city have been confined to a small area, and both have repeatedly urged protesters to remain nonviolent. Vance giving no indication when the Marines and National Guard would be pulled from L.A., hinting they may stay in the city for some time. And coming up in the next half hour, you will hear what Vance said about Senator Alex Padilla that garnered a strong response from Mayor Karen Bass and Governor Gavin Newsom. Plus, we fact-checked some of Vance's statements that he made yesterday as well. Going to send it back to you.
There's a child, the baby!
Meanwhile, another day of federal immigration raids in Southern California, including this scene in Pico Rivera. A group of bystanders confronting federal immigration agents as they were detaining a man at a shopping center. Agents used a smoke grenade to break up the group at the Pico Rivera Town Center. Witnesses say federal officials detained the man who had just walked out of Starbucks with his coffee. And that's when a woman carrying a child and a man walked up to them. The man started yelling at the agents, who eventually used a chemical agent.
The overpowering smell of the burning of the ice and the throat.
Hey, what's up, dog? We got him to jump in the car, made quick signs on my trunk, just drove around honking, letting the whole neighborhood know that they're here and to be safe.
And more video, cell phone video, shows agents talking to two men at a nearby grocery store. Another man says agents detained his uncle at a construction site as he was picking up scrap metal.
There was also a chaotic scene in Bell, a loud and hostile confrontation between protesters and federal agents at a shopping center on Atlantic Boulevard. You can hear the commotion there. Dozens of people showed up after witnesses say agents hit a vehicle, but the Department of Homeland Security disputes that. It says a federal car was rammed and had its tires slashed. They also say in nearby Maywood, someone hit an agent's car and totaled it. DHS says one person was arrested.
Hey, yo, what the look? Put in the car, put in the car. Hey, these are legal citizens, you.
The 20-year-old American citizen who was arrested by federal agents in Pico Rivera on Tuesday have been released on $5,000 bond. The U.S. attorney said at the time that Adrian Martinez would be charged with assaulting a federal officer. Instead, his lawyer says Martinez has been charged with conspiracy to impede or injure an officer. The attorney calls that a trumped-up charge to justify what he says was the violent treatment of his client by federal agents. Well, the Dodgers announced they will make a $1 million donation to families of immigrants affected by the recent raids.
The announcement comes just a day after the Dodgers say immigration agents were blocked from the stadium parking lot. Now, the team has come under some criticism for its silence about the recent immigration raids, and most fans we talked with say the donation was a step in the right direction, but others wondered if it was a good use of fans' ticket money.
I think the Dodgers have always stood up for LA, so I appreciate them standing up and helping the people of Los Angeles survive.
How do they know it's getting in the right hands to the people that really need it? And how are they identifying the people that really need it?
Mayor Karen Bass thanked the Dodgers for their donation. The team, though, did not say how the money would be distributed.
This is Immigrant City.
Well, Angel City FC is also taking a stand, the team now calling itself Immigrant City Football Club. They posted this video on social media and put up a statement which says in part, "We know that our city is stronger because of its diversity and the people and families who shape it, love it, and call it home." Stay with KCAL News and KCALnews.com for continuing coverage of the immigration enforcement actions across Southern California and the country. We're also streaming on CBS News Los Angeles.
And meanwhile, in the Middle East, Israel and Iran exchanged fresh strikes as the U.S. weighs potential military involvement. KCAL News reporter Christian Benavides has the latest now on the diplomatic push being made to de-escalate the situation.
As both Israel and Iran continue to exchange missile strikes, overnight missiles were intercepted over Jerusalem and Tel Aviv. Diplomatic efforts are ongoing in Geneva, led by European leaders. They're trying a last shot at convincing Iran to limit its nuclear program.
Iran is ready to consider diplomacy once again.
What's unclear is if that means embracing President Trump's offer for direct talks. Iran called those off after U.S. ally Israel started bombing. On Friday, the president expressed concerns about Iran's potential nuclear capabilities.
And I think within a matter of weeks, or certainly within a matter of months, they're going to be able to have a nuclear weapon. We can't let that happen.
Part of the proposal by European leaders that was presented to Iran includes the return of UN inspectors, that the U.S. have a role in overseeing Iran's ballistic missile program, and to cut funding to proxies in the region, such as Hezbollah and the Houthis. Any deal could only be signed off on by Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, last seen on TV Wednesday. Diplomatic sources tell CBS News he's in hiding, dodging Israeli assassination threats, which makes it hard for his own government officials to get in touch.
It is hugely important that we don't see regional escalation of this conflict.
Protesters in Iran chanted "No surrender, no compromise, fight with America." We are 12 days away from the 2-week deadline President Trump gave to decide whether the U.S. will attack Iran.
Christian Benavides, KCAL News.
All right, 7:08 on your Saturday morning coming up.
You would stop if she asked? I don't know.